Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back. This is the first video that I've filmed in months. The last video I think being our honeymoon video, and so much has changed since then. The biggest thing that's changed is obviously that I came back from the honeymoon pregnant. So today's video is going to be a pregnancy update, pregnancy overall themed video, just to kind of update you and like inform you on my pregnancy so far and our plans and all that good stuff. So we're just gonna get into it, but before we get into it, one of the things that I want to touch on today, I feel like it seems like it would be common sense to think of beforehand, but I didn't. That is, your style is kind of like, it's not hard to maintain while pregnant, but things change a little bit. Your body changes a lot of it. So you're dressing a brand new body type that you've never dressed before if this is your first pregnancy, and maternity clothes are a little limited. There are some good places out there. I honestly have gotten like all of my maternity clothes from Shein, or like Pretty Little Thing has some good ones, but you know, it's just, you're kind of limited. And if you're like me and you're used to wearing like high-waisted shorts, high-waisted jeans, crop tops, like fitted things, and you're like a size small, extra small, yeah, things change a lot, and you're pretty much learning to dress for a completely new body. I mean, you are. So that's been just a slight struggle, but before I get too deep into it, my point right now is that today I have been lucky enough to partner with an amazing brand, and that brand is called Ana Luisa. And one of the easiest ways to feel like I was still in touch with my style while being pregnant, when I was kind of trying to like navigate that, is to accessorize with jewelry. When they reached out to do this partnership, that was super exciting to me because this is a brand that I'm already familiar with. Their jewelry is sustainable. All of their metals are hypoallergenic. You can see where all of the gems are sourced from. They're all traceable. So it's a company with good values, and their jewelry is just so pretty. So I'm actually wearing a few pieces that they sent me today. So I've got this ring, and I'll like pop up pictures too to show you. So I love gold jewelry, and I also love just like simple, dainty jewelry. So I got this ring, and then I have this little dainty bracelet. I don't know if you can see, but it is so pretty. And their gold is just so nice. It's all 14 karat, I believe, plated. So I think that they have like sterling silver plated with 14 karat gold, or they have like brass plated with 14 karat gold. And then I got this necklace, and like I said, I'll put pictures too because I don't know how well you can actually see this right now. And then this one has like a little green stone, and I just love the look of like the green and gold, and my eyes are green, so it kind of pops together. It's just all so high quality. So it all came in this cute little box, and each item came in like this nice little like suede feeling bag. So cute. So each one has that you could actually use to store your jewelry if you wanted to. I'll also like pop up some of their jewelry up here somewhere, maybe over here, just to show you. They do have some silver also. My wedding band is white gold and engagement ring, and I have this like white gold ring over here, but I don't mind like mix matching gold with white gold. Some people do. Silver looks like white gold if you wanted to just stick to that, but I actually really love gold jewelry also. So I have them mixed right now. They have a ton of options. They also have lab created diamonds, so they have literally everything from like simple little dainty cute jewelry to like diamond jewelry, and it's all very reasonably priced. And I also have a discount code for you that I will pop in the description box below, so check that out. And definitely be sure to check out Ana Luisa. Like I said, all of their jewelry is so pretty. It's timeless, it's classy, it's beautiful. And while being pregnant, I have caught myself like just throwing on t-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies and like oversized clothing that could otherwise feel super frumpy and plain. If you pop on a bunch of pretty jewelry with it, then it's a different story. So that has definitely been one way that I have kind of maintained my style, is through accessorizing. So thank you so much again to Ana Luisa, and now we'll get right into the video. But first, let me take off this jacket because under this ring light, it is so hot. And as much as I want it to be fall right now, it's just not. In Alabama, it is hot and I am pregnant. Got my water here. Okay, so I guess the best place to start would be when we found out I was pregnant. So I think that we had been home from our honeymoon for like one day. We had been trying, right? And I just like had the urge to test. It was about that time of the month for me where things should have already happened, but I also like wasn't super late or anything, so I wanted to test. I actually didn't even tell my husband that I was gonna test because I didn't want to like, I don't know, get his hopes up. So I ordered some tests on Instacart and I went and took the test. I remember like watching it like go by on the, if you've taken a pregnancy test, you know what I mean, like you do your thing and then you watch the little window where the lines would show up, and it went right past where the first line would be if I was pregnant, and nothing came up. And then it came to the control line and there was the control line, and I was like, oh, okay, negative, like that's fine. You know, I had kind of gotten used to testing and having negatives because it had been that way for us for just like a few months. So I laid it down, washed my hands, then check it one more time, and I see a line coming up, a second line, and it was so light, and then I watched it get darker and darker until it was like a line. There was no denying it. I was like, oh my god, am I pregnant right now? Like, did we just come home from our honeymoon and I'm pregnant right now? I literally like had the test behind my back and I was like shaking because it's just hard to believe, you know, when you want it that bad, and we wanted it so bad. So I'm like holding the test behind my back. I walk in the bathroom and I'm like, so I have something to tell you. And he's looking at me like, what do you have to tell me? And I'm like, okay, so I didn't know if I wanted to tell you right now, but there's no way I can keep this from you. And he's just looking at me like, what are you talking about? Like, what? And I just pull it out and show him, and he's like, that's a line, like there's such a line there. And I was like, yeah, I know, I'm pregnant. So we like had our moment and we were so excited, and then we were like, okay, we're not gonna tell anyone yet, we're just gonna keep it to ourselves. We'll do that until 12 weeks like you're supposed to do. A few days later I took another test just to see like line progression. I know some people believe in line progression, some people don't, but I just wanted to see if there was any progression. This time the test line, which is like the one that's only there if you're pregnant, was so dark and solid that the control line, that line was like lighter than the test line. So I was like, okay, I'm so pregnant. My HCG, which is like the pregnancy hormone, must be super high because look at this test. We discussed whether or not we wanted to tell people earlier. We had no idea how far along I was at this point. A few days later, I think he said, I'm gonna tell people, and I was like, yeah, me too. So we just decided to tell our parents. I told my mom and my sister and my nanu, and it spread in my family, my brother, my stepdad, and then he told his family. We told Lyric. Everyone was so excited. We scheduled our first appointment with the doctor that I had been seeing before. I think they scheduled our appointment for when I was 6 weeks, 6 days on that appointment day. So we really found out so early. We go to that appointment and we have our first ultrasound, and you can't hear the heartbeat yet. I guess it's like so small you can't really pick it up, but you can see it and you can tell how fast it is. So we went and we had the ultrasound and we saw the tiniest little baby, like literally a little jelly bean, and you could see a little bitty like flicker that was the heartbeat. They're able to like measure the heart rate at that point, and I can't remember what it was, but it was good. It was a great heartbeat. At the end of that appointment, our doctor came in and was like, oh, by the way, if you want, when you're 8 weeks, we can go ahead and schedule you to find out the gender. They have like blood work that you can do now that'll tell you like whether it's a boy or girl. We were like, yeah, we want to do that. Like we are so not the people to wait and like find out as a surprise. I know some people do that and I respect it, but we wanted to know. We scheduled that. That was a few weeks later. We did the blood work. The way that they do it is they just like draw blood from your arm. They gave it to me. They like put it in a little envelope and put a label on it, and all I had to do was go drop it off at like a FedEx store and overnight it to the lab. We did that. Literally, I think it was the next day, I got an email and it said your results are in or something. We had been checking all morning. We had to go pay for our boat slip where we dock our boat, and we were on the way there and we pull into the parking lot. I checked my email, and before he gets out of the car to go pay it, I was like, our results are in. Do you want to see them right now or do you want to wait until we get home? And of course he's like, I want to see right now. So I set my phone up like on the dash and open the email, and it actually does like this little countdown for you, and maybe I can get it to do it again, but it counted down and then pink just like exploded and it said girl. I was freaking out because his family is like all boys. Literally his parents have 3 boys, and then he's got a boy. His brother and my sister-in-law have 2 boys and then another boy on the way. It's all boys, right? My family's like kind of mixed. I mean, we have girls and boys. We didn't know what it was gonna be, but he thought it was gonna be a boy, and his family obviously thought it was gonna be a boy. I always had the feeling inside of me, like in my gut, telling me that it was a girl. Then I also had like that little voice in my head that's like, but there's so many boys in their family. You're just destined to have a boy with him. So I'm like, I don't know. And so when we found out it was a girl, I was like, I knew it. I felt it. I could feel that it was a girl. Like I just knew it. So we were so excited. And that is when everything changed in his head. I think he was preparing for a boy and was super excited for that. But then when he found out he was having a girl, it was like, oh my God, it was emotional. And he's like Googling, I don't even know if he would want me to talk about this. He's so cute. He's like Googling, you know, like tips for girl dads and just like what you should know and things like that. Like so cute. We like literally started shopping right away for girl stuff because we were just so excited. After that, we didn't have an appointment for a long time. They're still like pretty far apart. We knew it was a girl. We were shopping. We were planning a gender reveal. So we did it backwards. We found out the gender and we wanted to surprise everyone else. We didn't want to wait and like have it kept a secret from us. We did end up telling our immediate family because we cannot hold water. We were just so excited. So we told my mom, sister, brother, stepdad, grandma, Nanu, and then he told his mom, dad, brother, his wife, and Lyric. But we have big families, so the extended family, our friends, my best friend and like my family pretty much thought it was a girl. So we planned a gender reveal and announced, I think we were only like 10 weeks or maybe 12 weeks at that point, and we had our gender reveal and announced it. And I'll put in some footage if I have any. I didn't really film a whole lot then. I should have filmed the whole thing, but I did not. Sometimes I just am being present, you know.
3, 2, 1.
I guess I could talk about like how the first trimester was for me, but I feel like there's not a whole lot to say. I never threw up. I didn't have morning sickness. I still haven't. I haven't thrown up my entire pregnancy. I actually had read so many times like, oh, you're gonna throw up your whole first trimester. Everyone tells you like, oh, the morning sickness, you know, it's awful. So I thought something was wrong with me because I was like, why am I not getting sick? Is everything okay? Is this real? Am I really pregnant? Why am I not throwing up? But everything is great. I just never got sick. I don't really know. I don't even know if they know what exactly causes morning sickness. So I can't say why I didn't deal with it. But I will say I have drank a lot of water my whole pregnancy. I've ate a pretty balanced diet, but I always kind of do that. but I have been more conscious of it. I take a really great prenatal that is like it's all like you can source where the ingredients come from. It's not folic acid that's in it, it's actually got real folate. Folic acid is like a synthetic version, so the folate is like the true form of it. It comes in like this little capsule, I'll put a picture of that too, and it's like double layered so that it doesn't break down until it reaches your small intestine for like the best absorption. So I feel like if morning sickness comes from lacking some kind of something somewhere, like a deficiency, I feel like maybe that is why I didn't get sick, because I had been taking prenatals for like maybe 3 months before I even found out I was pregnant, just in preparation, like getting my body well nourished and ready. I didn't feel too bad or anything. Of course I did get nauseous a few times. Smells bothered me a lot. I had like the Bath and Body Works plugins all over my house. I always have those. And there was one smell that we had that like smelled rancid to me. It did not smell like what it normally smelled like. It smelled completely different. I didn't even know what it was at first. I was just like, our house stinks. And everyone's like, no it doesn't, I don't smell anything. I'm like, it smells so bad in here, like gagging. And finally I walked past one of the plugins and I'm like, oh my god, what is that smell? And I realized that it was that, and I unplugged them all, and that solved that issue. So I literally just started using them again like a week ago, and it was a different scent because that just kind of messed me up. Yeah, so that's like the closest thing that I got to getting sick, was just like smells bothering me. And I was tired. I was so tired my first trimester. I feel like I didn't do anything around the house. I only did what I had to. Like when the laundry was out of hand, I would deal with it. I would wash our sheets, you know, because that needs to be done. But cooking, no. I barely cooked. I ordered so much, like DoorDash and just delivery, and laid in bed. Second trimester came around, and it was around maybe like 12 weeks or so that I started to feel better. And then when I actually got into my second trimester, I immediately felt better. It was weird. It was like everything went back to normal. All my energy came back, and I was working out, I was cooking 3 meals a day, I was cleaning like normal, and I'm still in my second trimester. So I am 23 weeks today. So it's pretty much been that way for me this whole time. Like it almost felt like just normal, like I wasn't even pregnant. I wasn't having any symptoms. The only symptoms were I was growing here a lot, like 2 cup sizes, and here a lot. That's literally it. And I didn't even feel her move. So it was almost like a little scary at times. I would be like, why do I feel so normal? I don't know. It's my first pregnancy, so I feel like I have these expectations. You hear everyone say like, oh, I feel this, I feel that, and I felt nothing. We actually ordered a fetal Doppler because I was like, just for my peace of mind, I would love to be able to hear her heartbeat at home when I haven't felt her move yet, when I am not feeling any symptoms and I'm growing, but not like at a super noticeable rate. This area was growing a lot faster than my actual belly was. My belly didn't really take off. I'll put in some pictures there too. Until recently, like until maybe 18, 19 weeks, I started to really get like a noticeable bump, and now there's no hiding it. We got the fetal Doppler, and we would listen to her heartbeat all the time, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting to be able to feel her. I was asking people like, when did you first feel movement? What did it feel like? Because I don't know what to expect. Everyone was like, oh, I felt my baby move at 10 weeks. I felt my baby move at 30 weeks, you know, so it's so different. I didn't really have anything to actually base it off of. So we would go get ultrasounds, and I would see her moving like crazy, like flipping over, rolling over, stretching her arms, moving her feet, but I couldn't feel any of it as it was happening. So I was like, okay, she's just so small, I can't feel her yet. Then like recently, I was laying in bed and I just felt like a thud, like no denying it, like a thud. and it made me jump, and it still makes me jump when it happens like that. And so I'm definitely feeling her now. I can feel it on the outside with my hand like laying right there. You can feel her little like on your hand. But usually like throughout the day when I'm cleaning the house and walking around and cooking and like doing my daily task, I don't feel her, I think because I'm just busy and I'm not paying attention. But as soon as I lay down at night, she is like going crazy in there. I can feel her so much. Ever since then we haven't really used our fetal Doppler just because it's like a mess to put the jelly on and stuff, and she's in there, she's doing her thing. So right now I'm 23 weeks. Like I said, she weighs 1 pound. She is 11 inches long, I think. She's tiny, tiny. Yeah, so we're over the halfway mark. I feel like I've been thriving. We went to Lollapalooza. It was hot. It was so hot. Your blood volume increases by up to like 50%, I believe, when you're pregnant. So you just like feel your heart beating all the time in like the weirdest places. Like, I'll put a video in here. It's super weird. Trigger warning. It's the palm of my hand, and you can see my pulse so like weirdly strong right here. So I'll just be like pulsating, and when it's hot outside it's like a million times worse. That was my only complaint with Lollapalooza. Otherwise it was a breeze and it was so fun. And I'm so grateful to be able to do these things while pregnant, to be able to travel and still go with my husband for like his work events and shows and experience the things that we've always experienced together has been just such a blessing. Once the baby is born, I plan on continuing that. I plan on breastfeeding, exclusively breastfeeding, so I want her to be with us all the time, but I do not plan on sitting here while he goes. I plan on going with him and bringing our baby, and I've gotten a few different opinions on that. They were all unwarranted. You get a lot of unwarranted opinions when you're pregnant, I've learned. But yeah, my personal opinion is that there's no better place for me and our daughter to be than with my husband and her father. You know, if he has a show that night and me and the baby are not going to go to the show, we can be in the hotel, we can be on the tour bus, but we're going to be in the same city with my husband and her father. That's our plan. We just got back from London. The day that we landed in London, I was 20 weeks, which is the halfway point. It's considered the halfway point of your whole pregnancy. We spent 9 days there, so that was incredible. It felt so good. It was cold outside, cold for us. It was like 50s, no humidity. It felt so good. Okay, I hope you didn't miss any of that. My memory card was full. We're having great luck with the camera today. You can tell I have not done this in a while. So I can't even remember what I was saying, but we had a great time in London. No problems whatsoever, no struggles. I was feeling her move the whole time. I was just big and happy and in London, and I actually could have just stayed in London. I love the UK. I love the weather. I love the architecture. It was just incredible. As soon as we got back, it was like a few days later, we had our appointment for our anatomy scan, which is like where they check all the organs on the baby and just make sure, like check measurements of everything and just make sure that everything is like growing as it should. Everything is going well. Everything is on time, measuring on time. That's what I'm looking for. And everything was, so thank God for that. Everything was perfect. That went really well and made us feel super good that our little baby is just growing perfectly and is healthy and thriving, and I'm happy and healthy and thriving, and everything is good. We did announce her name recently. We had gone back and forth on a few names, and we still have some that we really love, and in the future we plan on using, because we do plan on having at least one more baby, but that's probably in like the next 2 or 3 years if everything goes according to our plan. We don't really have entire control of that, but if it were up to us, it would be like 2 years down the road at least. But we did decide on her name. It's Salem June. I told him one day, I was like, what do you think about the name Salem? And he was like, yeah, I really like that. I was like, Salem June? And he was like, oh my God, yeah, I love that. So that's her name, Salem June Huey. My due date is January 11th, 2022, which is actually my mother-in-law's birthday. So I don't know, you know, it's hard to say like, oh, she'll definitely come on that day, but that'd be cool, you know, and it's a cool little coincidence in itself just to say like that was the due date. And that's where we're at in the pregnancy. I am pretty big. Let me see if I can show you. I'm not like huge, but I am kind of. I have these maternity jeans on, super hot. But yeah, so you can tell I'm pretty big. It's actually hilarious. What else? So we've got some big plans. This is her bedroom. This is the mirror that's gonna go above her dresser and changing table. This is our rocking chair. And this rocking chair is actually it's a funny story. So the vibe we're going for this room, you can't really tell right now, but it's actually Peter Pan themed. Not like your typical Peter Pan straightforward, more like the design of the Darling house from Peter Pan, like Wendy Darling's room, and like the old school pretty frilly antique kind of vibes with little Peter Pan touches all over it. I'll show you our inspo somewhere on the screen. So we knew that we wanted a dark wooden, like old school rocking chair, and we couldn't find one that we loved like new in store anywhere, so we were just kind of holding out, like looking around. My nanu, my grandma, she found this one on like Facebook Marketplace or something for like $100, which is such a good deal. It's so solid and so nice. It has like these little gold accents on it. So she bought it for us, which was so sweet, and she goes to meet the guy to pick it up, and she's telling him like, thank you so much, yeah, this is for my granddaughter and her husband, they're having a baby, they live in Gadsden. And he was like, oh my god, that's so crazy, because I'm from Gadsden. I live here in Mobile now, but my whole family is from Gadsden, born and raised there, and this chair was actually passed down through my family in Gadsden and is like 100 years old and has always been in Gadsden. So it's funny that it's like going back home. So that was really cool, and we love this. It's pretty much done, except for like, obviously this needs to be hung. Her dresser needs to be pushed back against the wall. They were just like finishing the wallpaper. Her ceiling, we ordered some wallpaper for that's like watercolor clouds, like a sky. That's gonna be really pretty. I've got so much stuff for her, like clothes, little just cute decorations for in here, all kind of stuff. So once I bring all that out of storage downstairs up here and fill this room up, it's done and ready to go. She will not be sleeping in here. This room, our house is pretty spread out. This is like the complete opposite side of the house. Our room is like way over there. This is too far. So she won't be in here for a while. Luckily her crib is like a 4-in-1, and it changes to like a toddler bed, and then it pulls out to like a big kid bed, like full size. Her furniture will grow with her. This dresser that we have has like a changing table attachment that we've put on the top, but it can come off. So it'll all kind of grow with her and work. But she'll be in the room with us. We have a mini crib in our room, and we also are planning to get like a bedside bassinet. Sorry, I'm dealing with like just a little bit of sinus issues. Apparently it's very common in pregnancy for your nose to be stuffy, and mine has been. So if I sound nasally and I'm like trying to catch my breath, that's why, on top of other things like the amount of blood flowing through my body right now and just trying to talk for this long straight. But yeah, so she'll be in our room. We found the bassinet we want. We've got to order it. We have her mini crib set up in our room. I'll show you that. So we plan on having her sleep in the bassinet until she outgrows it, moving her to the mini crib, and then eventually getting her in here. That's our plan for sleep. And since I'll be breastfeeding, it's just like what's easiest. We can watch her, she'll be right there with us. I would not be able to sleep. I know he would not be able to sleep if she was way over here. So that's our plan for that. That's our plan for the room. My birth plan is pretty typical. I'm not gonna be a hero and try and have a home birth my first pregnancy. We are delivering in Birmingham. There is only one hospital in Gadsden that delivers babies, and you know, no hate, but Birmingham is just really, really well equipped, so that is where we plan to deliver. And that is where our doctor delivers. We see her for our visits here in Gadsden, but then delivery will be in Birmingham. We hired a birth photographer the other day. I'm so excited. She's going to be on call from the time that I'm 37 weeks up until delivery, and she's going to get there when I'm like 5 centimeters dilated if everything goes according to plan. She's going to be there to take pictures through the labor process, delivery process, and then like the first hours of baby's life. So like the first time nursing her, the first time daddy holds her, the first time we see her, just like all those cute little moments that we don't want to, you know, like not have a physical copy of to look at. I'm super excited about that. We have maternity pictures booked with our favorites, Applehead Photography. We have those booked in December, so I'll be like 30 something weeks. Like the end of October we leave to go on tour for my husband, and we'll be on tour until the end of November, and then we'll be on a tour bus and I'll be there just pregnant as ever, and then we'll come back in December, do our maternity shoot, we'll have Christmas. It's been kind of a struggle for me because I haven't decorated my house for Halloween really, and I don't plan on it because we're not going to be here for Halloween. We're going to leave like right before Halloween, so I would either have to like decorate, take everything down, or just not. So I'm just not, but we'll get back and I'll decorate for Christmas real fast because it's my favorite, and then we'll celebrate that, and then Salem will be here just right after Christmas, right around the corner. And so yeah, that is everything so far. That is our plan, updates, how it's been for me. We're just a few weeks away from 3rd trimester, which is insane. It has flown by. But if this is what my pregnancies are going to be like, then maybe I'll have 10 kids, you know? I just want to say thank you again to Ana Luisa for partnering with me for this video. Like I said, the discount code will be linked down below in the description box. And check it out because their jewelry is so beautiful and just elegant. They have so many different styles. If you want like something super statement piece and chunky, they've got that. But I kind of like the little like delicate pieces. Give them a look, and yeah, I'll be back soon, I promise. I just have been tired and consumed with everything else. We've been traveling so much, and I should have vlogged some of that, but sometimes you just get caught up in the moment and it's like hard to just have a camera on you all the time. So lots of travel has been going on, lots of nesting has been going on. Our house has never been so clean. I literally spend hours a day just like doing the most like meticulous little things to our house, like organizing this and dusting every inch of the house today. And I don't know that person, she's new, but I like her. She can stay. Nesting is so real, and our house is gonna be so ready if I keep this up, so that's nice. Let's hope that I maintain that through my 3rd trimester. That's all I've got for today, so I'm so glad I finally took the time to sit down and film a video. I do hope to be back soon with some more videos for you, whether that be pregnancy related or not, or just like some travel stuff or whatever. I will be back soon. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for always showing interest in my life and being so sweet. All my followers, all my subscribers, y'all are always so nice to me. It's just really nice that you're all so kind and show so much interest and care in my life, because I don't know, that's just nice. It's a nice feeling. I love updating you, and I will update you again soon. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you're new here, this was probably a weird video to start on. You can click the little picture of me that will pop up in the middle in a second, and it'll subscribe you. Yeah, I'll see you next time.